Good morning, family and friends. Believe it or not, this is day 100. 100 days. I'd kind of hoped I'd summited by now, but it's not the case. We're about 210 miles from Katahdin. End of the day, we'll be under 200. We want to do about 14. So we'll have to we're going to start leaving earlier, like 6 a.m. and just hike, see where that gets us. So it was supposed to rain last night, and it didn't, fortunately. Looks like it's going to be a clear day, at least in the foreseeable future. At least for now. But, yeah, so far so good. We don't anticipate any huge climbs like we had yesterday. So it will be, hopefully we can make some tracks, put some miles down. There's a picture of some sun up, sunrise, and a little bit of the horizon. Another clear day. Boy, I tell you, we've been blessed with some decent weather so far. 3120. Came down off the Poplar Ridge, forded the stream. Fortunately, it's not that high. And check this out. Some boat didn't make it. Obviously, the water was much higher and crashed. Wow, I hope the people inside the boat didn't get hurt. Yesterday, hardly saw any water. A lot of dried up streams. Today, fortunately, we've been hiking next to a lot of streams. Hope it stays that way. Lone Mountain, 3280. I don't know why, but this was such a struggle coming up here. I have low energy today.
It was a gradual climb, too.
Yeah, I know. It wasn't that bad of a climb. So we topped that little mountain, I forget the name of it. And now the trail is kind of flattened out a bit. I was struggling this morning. I kind of attribute it to not hydrating enough. We did 2 4,000 foot peaks yesterday and a 3,600 foot peak, and I didn't drink a lot of water. When we got to camp, the water was minimal. There's just a little pool of water we had to draw from. So I think that I didn't drink enough. I've had all of the water that's in my shoulder strap, the pouch. I put electrolytes in that. Had a Cliff Bar, Trail Magic, yeah, okay, listen to me. I had Trail Mix throughout the morning. I'm feeling pretty good now. Well, the trail's pretty flat, so but even if it was flat before, I wasn't feeling it. Now I'm feeling a little more like myself. So we're gonna have lunch at the Spalding Mountain Lean-To, which would be, I don't know, maybe a mile or so away. And we'll take it from there. So we finished lunch at Spalding Mountain Lean-To, and now 150 yards to the top of Spalding Mountain, which Sarge and I have no use for. We've seen enough mountain peaks. We just want to move forward. I'm doing something that I have never ever done before on a trail, and I'm listening to a book. I'm listening to a book about a woman who was lost on the AT. Unfortunately, she met her demise, and she was found 2 years later. And it was especially poignant and kind of puts chills up on my spine, is that the area that she got lost in is the area we're hiking in right at the moment. She went off trail to have a bio break. She came back and she got totally disoriented. She did a whole bunch of things wrong as far as getting rescued. She was found 2 years later in her tent, and she started a journal. That journal is called "When You Find My Body," and that's the name of this particular book, audiobook. I never listen to audiobook. I never listen to anything because I want to be in tune with the forest. But I only got one ear plugged in, and I have the other ear listening to Sarge when he falls, or something else. But it's so far it's pretty interesting. Like I say, a lot of the things they're talking about is, well, they're talking about right now the Appalachian Trail, how it got started, the first chapter, and now the second chapter is about trail magic, which I've shown you what trail magic is about, and about and how that all started. But it's pretty interesting. Like I said, right now it all happened like where we're hiking at the moment. I mean, she could have just gotten off trail any place in this video to relieve herself, and then got totally disoriented. But yeah, her husband was waiting at road crossings because she couldn't stand the weight of a regular pack. But it took 2 years of intense search to find, and loggers kind of accidentally found her in her tent. And now the journal that she kept is now made into a book, which I'm listening to. So I need to get down from this thing.
We got a big down.
A big down. Okay, two hands, folks. On our hike, we come upon this plaque and this rock. August 14th, 1937, in a spot completed the final link of the entire 2,054-mile trail, dedicated August 14th, 1987, by the volunteers of the Appalachian Trail Club. You can see just by that how often the trail is rerouted and changes direction. Well, not direction, but it's rerouted, because right now the official mileage of the AT is 2,193.3 miles. So. Oh, there's young legs behind us. Anyway, I'm going to show you that. Enjoying my book. They're explaining about the AT, the birth of the AT, from Benton MacKay's idea. Talking about the AT, talking about the training that this woman did, Geraldine, before a trip. Talked about trail magic, what that all means. When the through-hiking first start, Warren Doyle, who's a major contributor to hiking the trail. So it's pretty interesting. Kind of passes the time of day in the afternoon, especially when I find myself really dragging my butt. So we're here cooking, and I didn't really shoot a lot of video this afternoon because it rained. It rained a lot this afternoon, so I stopped listening to my book. I don't need this on. And we had 3 big descents off rocky ledges to deal with in the rain. So, yeah, we had to concentrate on that. And then we got into this, we're in this campsite right now. And the highlight of the day is, well, tomorrow we're going to cross for the NOBOs 2,000 miles and for Sarge. But we have 197.5 miles to go. 197.5 or 0.6, something like that. For 197 miles, pretty much, to go before we summit. So that's a good thing. We're excited about that. We're eating in, I'm eating in my tarp, and underneath my tarp, Sarge is in his tent because it's just sloppy and it's kind of crappy out. And I didn't really close my pack tight enough, I guess, because I got water at the bottom of my pack. So I don't know. I got to rectify that, figure that out. So that's about it for today. 197 more miles to go. Tomorrow we're going to do the Carters, which there are 2 4,000-foot peaks. And then we go into Stratton, Maine for a resupply and a hostel visit. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening or good morning whenever you watch this, and God bless. Thanks. Bye. One last edit from my last video clip. For me, I'm standing at 972 miles. So that's 28 miles left to go to get to the big 1,000. 1,000 miles. Wow. Unbelievable. Anyway, figured I'd tell you. All right? Good night.